Good morning, everybody. Back out here on this clearing project. I've got a couple loads of stone coming here this morning. I just ran right down the road to Jeff's place and grabbed the skid steer. I want to take and strip off some of this grass right here, and that way when we dump our stone, it'll be a nice clean slate for the driveway. That was part of the agreement on this lot. This is actually a separate lot right here from the one I'm clearing right there, but that was the agreement, was he puts the driveway in. So I'm going to scrape that little bit of grass off so that when we dump the stone, spread that right out, make it look nice and pretty. So let's go ahead and unload the skid steer. I'll get that done and then go over there to the excavator and start stacking up some of that brush that I cleared last week. All right, so I got the edge of the roadway cut out right there, that shoulder, got all that topsoil cut out and laid over there so we can dump our stone right in here on top of all this old surge stone from the logging entrance, and have a nice little driveway entrance. So while waiting on the trucks, I'm gonna go over there on the 220 and start stacking up a brush pile. And driveway stone is delivered. All right, I'm gonna jump on the skid steer and spread that out. That went quick and nice. So driveway is put in here now. That was 40 tons of stone over top of the culvert pipe to make a nice entrance into this lot. So let's go back and do some more clearing now. So I'm over here now cleaning up all the brush that I pushed up with the dozer. It's got a little bit of dirt in it, so I'm just kind of shaking that out and laying it over here into a burn pile. So this stuff right here, as you can see, it doesn't have a lot of dirt in it, but it's got just enough where if it rains, it's going to be aggravating to burn. So I'd spend a few minutes and run through it with the excavator and get all that picked out and laid over here into the pile. Just makes life a lot easier when it comes time to burning. You don't end up with a giant pile of smoldering mud. So the excavator is more delicate on this stuff when clearing, but you can also clear it like 5 times faster with the dozer. So that's the reason I'm using the dozer. So in about 5 minutes, I swear it seems like I can push off an area that this will do in like 30 minutes. It just feels like you don't get a whole lot done. Because in about 5 minutes you end up with a pile about that big. It's not a lot of stuff out here. It's not going to be huge brush piles. It's just a bunch of little stuff, which is very, very time consuming to clear. And you can't mulch it like I've explained, because we're trying to turn this into a yard, and I don't need mulch everywhere, and that does not get all the stumps up. So therefore you end up with a bigger mess. So yeah, that's why. I got stone coming for the driveway here pretty soon, so I gotta keep a lookout for dump trucks. Go ahead and get that driveway put in and spread out. Stuff really dried out over the weekend though, just being spread out here. That sun and wind can get to it. And I get the last little bit pulled out of the dirt to really get rid of that moisture. I'm going to keep picking through this, stacking this pile up, and hopefully I'll have some stone here shortly. I can go ahead and get that spread out and have a nice little entrance to be able to access this. Just look at that. Balloon number 2 has showed up. Yep, it's officially a good clearing job now. 2 balloons. Okay, got most of that brush stacked up. I'm going to run over here with the excavator and clear a little bit of this right here. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get back on the dozer because it is definitely faster than trying to pluck all these little trees up one at a time here. And but there's a couple, customer wants to try to keep a couple little trees if possible. There's really nothing worth saving out here, but there's a couple of nice little pine trees here. Nice as you can get a little pine tree. Unfortunately, everything is sweet gum trees, and it's all left over from the logging stuff that grew back, so it's just stumps regrowing, which is not the greatest thing to save because you literally have sprigs coming out of a stump and they end up rotting down. Tree gets all deformed and doesn't look right. Same way with the little, if there's like any oak trees or any hardwood trees left, that's just, they're all growth back from stumps, so there's really nothing nice to save. But they want a few little trees, and this will give them about a 5 or 6 year head start on a couple little backyard trees anyways, so I'll save them. If you don't like them, they're easy enough to knock over. There's a little pine tree right there. I figured just a couple here and a couple there, just something. They'll really push out and grow now without all the competition of the other trees. I got just as much dirt in that than I do pushing it up with a dozer. And like that's a nice little oak right there, but it's growing out of a stump. See? I mean, all it is just a sprig on that stump. So the first big wind you get, it just splits off like that, and that's not my idea of a good tree to leave. Pine trees don't grow back off of a stump, but most hardwood trees do. to my left and the pine tree to my right. Nothing spectacular, but just a couple little trees. So you got to be fairly, certain when you're saving trees here, or straightforward when you're telling the customer. It's fine when you save some trees, but they got to be spread out enough where it doesn't interfere with the clearing process, because it'll actually, most people think, oh, you're saving trees, it'll be a little cheaper. Well, it's actually the other way around, because then you have obstacles to work around. So if I was to come in here and save a tree, every 20 feet or so, it would be a whole lot more time to clear this than it would be to just come through here and obviously bulldozer it all down, because you got to be delicate around it. And it does no good to save those trees if you've ripped up half the roots or skinned half the bark off of it by pushing trees over into it. So definitely a more delicate process, but on something like this, on this outside edge, I can leave a couple here and there, and it doesn't really affect too much productivity. I think I see balloon number 3. They're everywhere on this lot. Let's see, is this balloon number 3 right here? Can't see it for all the weeds. Yep. Balloon number 3. They're everywhere. Alright, well, I'm going to keep running through here and clear out a little bit more, and then jump on the dozer and go ahead and push some more of that stuff down into a pile, row, whatever we want to call it, and then I'll sort through it with the excavator and get it cleaned up. So I left a couple trees there, got that opened up all the way to the back. I'm gonna jump on the D6 now and go through there and see if I can't rake some of that off and get a windrow put in there. And then I may run through here with the excavator one more time and just kind of sort through that and see if there's any trees worth saving in there. So let's go run the dozer a little bit. It's lunchtime. Let's see what's on the menu for today. So it's been a busy morning here, so we're gonna have a factor meal. That way we can get right back to work and get as much done. What's on the menu for today? Cheesy bacon ranch shredded chicken with portobellos and garlic broccoli. That sounds good. People make fun of my microwave till they have to eat a cold lunch. 2 minutes, we'll be eating. And to the cab we go for lunch. Wow, that's hot. I need to use both hands. And now it's lunchtime. So with Factor Meals, you can order them online and have them delivered directly to your doorstep. They're fresh, not frozen meals. Literally unbox them, put them in your refrigerator, and you are good to go. So you normally grab one of these in the morning. Sometimes I forget. That is literally the hardest part, is remembering to grab it out of the refrigerator and put it in my cooler so I have something to eat for lunch today. So don't have time to go anywhere today. You'll end up wasting an hour by the time you leave the job site. Go somewhere to eat lunch. I can put this in the cooler and I know exactly what I'm going to eat this day. They are fresh, never frozen meals. They taste great, and they also save me a lot of time, so I have more time to focus on stuff I want to do after work around the farm. So if you are interested in these, go to factor75.com. Click the link in the description below for 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month's order. That is factor75.com. Click the link below for 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month's order. This is the cheesy chicken bacon ranch. Is that what it was? And it is absolutely delicious. This might be my new favorite meal, because you know what? With bacon, you really can't go wrong. I love bacon. All right, back to lunch. And then back to work. Let's get the D6 going here. Let it warm up for a second before pushing some trees over. I guess the excavator needs some Freon or something in it. Air conditioning's out, so a little toasty in that, but is what it is. Keep on going. Managed to get some more cleared back there with the dozer. Ran through all that with the excavator. I want to come back tomorrow and get some more of that section done right there. Just trying to get this stuff knocked down, laid out, so that it'll dry and we ever get a rainy day, come over here and burn. So definitely opened up, got all the way down to the property corner back there. Hopefully tomorrow I can kind of get that section right there knocked out and yeah, open this house lot up. I got to clear that strip right there as well. That's where the swale is that goes down there to the lower pond. We got to put in another driveway culvert crossing right there, so got to open that up and get all that nice and cleared as well. starting to get a little toasty in here now. The air condition decided to go out, so have to put that on the repair list. Don't have time to stop right now and see what it is. Most likely something's leaking and it's run out of Freon, but the compressor is very difficult to get to on this machine, especially when it's been ran and the engine is hot. You literally can't get down there and even put a gauge on it to check it because everything is so extremely hot. So that will be a check in the morning type deal. But for right now, we just get to open the door and get it done. So I kind of just got in the groove of using the excavator, so I'm just going to clear this little section here with the excavator and just kind of see how it turns out. It's definitely slower, but I don't really have piles of dirt, but I'll probably have piles of dirt once I rake through this to clean it up. So I don't really know if one way is faster than the other. The only thing with this is I don't have to come back and dig through too much and pull out any little stops or stumps, so I guess it's kind of a wash. I do know one thing. I'll show you the rocks when I walk out here, but mulching over here would definitely be a no-go because the ground is more rocks than dirt in some areas. That would not do the mulcher well. Find a nice little double oak right there, so I left it. Let's see what it shapes up to look like after everything else is cleared out around it. The only little oak tree I've seen, maybe another one right there, but everything else is gum trees. One little maple right there. Nothing very impressive. gonna keep plucking away at getting these trees down.